Scratch. Scratching. Look at them.
Y'all ready to get funky?
Look at them.
The most important part of dance is music. So now let us listen to the music and identify the beats.
1, 2, 3.
That was too soft.
Let's look at the funk. Let's look at the funk.
Scratch. Scratching. Look at them. Scratch. Scratching. Look at them. 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 Look at them.
It was time for enterprising. I gathered all the guys in my crew. They knew we about to go out heisting. We went into the lobby of the local bank. It was Dallas Wolf and me with Hoxton on the flag. It escalated quickly, soon they sent in the SWAT as we were hauling bags of cash trying to avoid getting shot. Then bang, I got hit. I was in the dark. Through the commotion and explosions, I could hear a remark. As I was lying there envisioning my life as a cripple, it was bang, tactlessly going.
Change is in a pickle.
Sniper knocked me out. Everybody shout, he's in a pickle. Change is in a pickle. Sniper knocked me out. Everybody change is in a pickle. Pickle, pickle, pickle. Another time we're ambushing an armored car. We had a loader push it off the road. The plan was bizarre. In an alley out of nowhere came a green-eyed cloaker, and I could not outrun him even though I'm no smoker. He punched me causing my whole cerebellum to jiggle, and without missing a beat, bang goes.
Change is in a pickle.
Cloaker knocked me out. Everybody shout, everybody changes in a pickle. Pickle, 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 pickle.
James is in a pickle, James is in a pickle. James is in a pickle, James is in a pickle. James is in a pickle, in a pickle he is. James is in a pickle, James is in a pickle. James is in a pickle, James is in a pickle. James is in a pickle, James is in a pickle. James is in a pickle, in a pickle he is. James is in a pickle, James is in a pickle.
Next was a diamond, we were looking to score a great start. Wolf even stayed off the dance floor. But then the codes for the vault turned out to be wrong. We were steamrolled by an army of SWAT, 10,000 strong. Those wrecked me. I swear Bane was muffling the giggle as he went.
Somebody help James, he's in a pickle.
You feel me? Those that knock me out, everybody shout, he's in a pickle. James is in a pickle. Those that knock me out, everybody changes in a pickle. Pickle, 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 pickle. A taser just electroshock me right in the nipple. Don't assume I'm in the mood to hear.
James is in a pickle.
Taser shot me out, everybody shout, he's in a pickle. James is in a pickle, pickle. Taser shot me out, everybody changes in a pickle. Pickle, 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 pickle. Something knocked me out, everybody shout, he's in a pickle. James is in a pickle, pickle. I'm here bleeding out, you just go when James is in a pickle. Pickle, 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 pickle.
Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors. Good evening, everyone. It's been a while. And welcome to The Pale Beyond. So, we're nearly 2 weeks late to this because of personal things getting in the way. So, yeah, apologies for that. But, hey, it's about time we finally get this done. So, for those of you who don't know what this is a debut indie game from a dev team that started off as a World of Warcraft news channel. So yeah, like already this is like this game has like a lot of weird history behind it. Which hey, shout out to Michael Bellier. I've been subbed to him since God, how long? Like Mists of Pandaria, I think. God damn, it has been a long time. But yeah, this is a management game about a I think it's like a naval expedition team being stuck in the Arctic. So, you know, it's all about like rationing stuff for survival and stuff, and it seems really cool. I played the demo back in the day when like the demo first was like shown off, like I think it wasn't 6 months ago, because I remember talking about it on the fucking Switchaboo podcast. It was that long ago. It's like nearly a year ago at this point. Fuck. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump straight into this, shall we? Alrighty. Oh. you probably saw that. I'll explain what the hell that was later when it actually shows up. Anyway, let's start this off. The air bees cold. The air bees cold of flake and white as the sailor begs their pledge. Fun fact, there's a Gemma Rat fusion of Rattata and Porygon in the works. Oh, for Infinite Fusion? Of course. I've seen a lot of the really dumb ones for Porygon. Like there was another Rattata and Porygon one that just turns it into a mouse. Like, you know, one of these. Stupid. Anyway, o'er the air's bees cold of flake and white as the sailor begs their pledge. That in the dark they'll brace themselves for horrors still ahead. Of homes they'll dream, of warmth long lost, and chase to Frostworld's edge. A hunger draws the desperate here. It's one that can't be fed, I guess. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? Do what must be done indeed. Out in the pale beyond. Oh. Title drop! Begin journey. Crew wanted, able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. So this is the old-timey version of, like, hey, work for exposure. Essentially. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. Rather coffee, to be honest. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship and a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. I find it rather calming. The dedicated rhythm soothes the senses. Fucking dyslexia, goddammit. It stops. Keep waiting, I suppose. You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. I'll remain standing. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? I have enough to get by. Never be too careful. Captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Yeah, understandable. Not had scurvy before, if that's what you're asking. There's more things to worry about than just scurvy. How many people have died under your supervision? Don't appreciate this line of questioning, to be honest. You will when you're on the ice. Can I just say this game's art style is fucking amazing? Like, holy shit. I'm Captain Hunt. Oh, C. Hunt. Alright. Or Captain my Captain. Pleasure is mine. Robin Shaw. He nods. So what ship is that? Ah, this. Detailed, isn't she? Yeah, incredibly. I'm guessing. An old sailor superstition. Hope you weren't waiting too long. I'm told it's worth the wait, apparently. Good. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. Let's see. We'll see. Advert said there was glory to be had. No, go. Yeah, convoluted. That all seems a bit convoluted for a sailing job. I'm not in the habit of trumpeting my work to every would-be sailor on the street. I need to know if you're right for the job first. Looks down at his list of questions. Were you born a landlubber or sea dog? Ah, okay, so this is where we start getting into the RPG stuff of this. I'd say... You know what, let's make it hard on myself. Go landborn. I'm from the city, but made my way to sea eventually. Military experience? You know what? Yeah, let's be part of the military. Why not? Royal Admiralty. 2 tours. Under what circumstances did you leave? In one piece. Honorably, I guess. Well, with no stewards to wipe your ass out here, you best get used to doing that yourself. Have you ever fired a weapon? Well, I was in the military, so yeah. Have you ever killed a man? Directly or otherwise? I was in the military, so... I see. You're not married, are you? That's irrelevant. Exploration is a dangerous profession. You must understand the risk you're putting yourself in. No, I'm not married. Better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving in the first place. Any less and you're doing yourself a disservice. Months of darkness. Low wages. Slim chance of safe return. That didn't deter you, did it? Dude, it's so hard to get a job. I kinda had to. Indeed. A venture like this, however. It's about more than just the money, isn't it? So, where are we headed? We're here to find the ship in that bottle. The Viscount. Heard of it? Enlighten me. He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Strange name for a ship. Can't all be named for dukes and princes. Viscount wasn't always hereditary. It was an earned title once. Admirals certainly love their metaphors. Almost as much as their medals. Hunt, No offense. Anyway, the point is she never came back. The last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation. Yeah, it sounds a bit too late, man. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. Supposed to be chasing the research, going to need more than rumors about lost ships if I'm putting my life at risk. Yeah. Naturally. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. Until now, I'm guessing. Until now. Someone was found who claims to have been on that ship. Can we speak to them? No, they're dead. But their testimony seems to have outlived them. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will, and... well... my judge of character has gotten me this far. What are the crew? Quite the mix. Work in progress. Some have known for years. They get in on trust and experience. Others, well, they interview. So you don't have a full crew already? Not entirely. A different undertaking than usual. You do have transport, though. We'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty. Greenwood. Generational. Not many like it left these days. Viscount and the Temperance. They're sister ships. Oh, of course, that totally won't be. You know, that totally doesn't spell death. So you built together. Sent out into this world to die alone. You seem to love metaphor yourself. Indeed. Perhaps that makes me a hypocrite. I like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottled ship. So what do you think? Sounds like you need all the help you can get, man. We will. Captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. Captain stands up. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. Don't you need more information than that? Not if I'm captain worth his salt. I work with people, not professions. I'd sooner trust a good carpenter than a cruel sailor to save me from drowning. But alas, I'll see you on the Temperance. The captain makes his way to the door and you follow. You arrive at the docks a month to the day. Before you lies the ship, the letters on its side read Temperance. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Besides is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. A military gait. Must be Hunt's pick for first mate. I figured he'd keep it in the ranks. Good man. He extends an arm. Richard Templeton, a pleasure. I'll shake his hand. Accept his offer of a handshake. It's a considered shake. I shall be operating as the chief science officer of this on this expedition. Also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. So, what did you specialize in? Applied botany. Not much use for a botanist on the ice, is there? Templeton glares at you. I assure you, I'm well equipped in all matters scientific. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rabble I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, A strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I expect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned to the role otherwise. See, sea folk are known to be unruly. I'll do my best to keep them in line. Likely have more in common with the crew than I do yourself. More than enough experience with the crew of this nature. There you go. Sea folk are known to be unruly. I'll do my best to keep them in line. Good to hear. Let me know when you're ready to depart. Make sure to savor these last moments on land. The less valuable time we waste here, the better. Alright, so what do we have here? A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. You'll be gone for quite a while. It'll be some time before you see the city again. Alright. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate. Near identical to the Viscount, barring some modern additions. That seems to be it. So yeah, as you can probably tell, this game is very different to the kind of stuff that I usually play here. But you know, it's nice to have a change of pace every now and then. See, it's been a month. Across the world's edge, our hunger draws the desperate here. It's one that can't be fed. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? And do what must be done indeed out in the pale beyond. First mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on and 1 week since we've set sail aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere, before they turn colder. Who the fuck is paying for this? I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Should investigate further. See, the Admiralty had nothing like this. I guess it's seaworthy. A sturdy ship. It's hard to imagine how many crews she'd mothered before us, repurposed incessantly. The roaring machinery should see this old steward of the sea through the ice, and us with it. As for its master, he mostly kept to his quarters so far. I need to know if I can trust Captain Hunt. Can't shake the feeling that he's not telling the whole truth. But perhaps I'm too quick to judge. There are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice. To pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew. Scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. Crew are a strange lot. Eclectic as the ship itself. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain wants you at the helm. What for? Didn't ask. He leaves. Alright, See, Crow's Nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join the next port. The forecastle door appears to be locked, of course. Door to Hunt's cabin is shut tight. Captain himself is busy at the helm, alright? You'll ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Ah, Robin. Lovely day for it, isn't it? Don't you have a helmsman to do that for you? Of course I do. But it's good to keep the old skill sharp. Never know when you're gonna have to get your hands dirty. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Did you ever take the helm in the Admiralty? Never felt right not to for me. Here, why don't you have a try? Guess I'll take the wheel. Just a hard right, just crash. Just capsize the boat immediately. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Ah, okay, that's how I pan. Okay. The memory in your muscles rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Easy. There, you have it. Captain pats you on the back. Fantastic. I'll try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Okay, scroll wheel. Let's see. What to do? Maybe you can zoom out pretty fucking far. Peaceful, isn't it? Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings menu. He takes the wheel back from you. I think I'll drink the morning in a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do. Oh, guess we'll go into the cabin. See, pristine furnished tubs secured to the floor. Luxury to be had on the ice. Classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with a kraken. You're unsure of its of any historical significance. They recognize the ship as the galleon of Captain Hamish. On the desk you make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you don't recognize. The desk itself is suspended with ropes to keep it safely in place. Take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you. Now, let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed onto the expedition, ourselves included. That's 16 free to be assigned a task if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You're only able to deploy crew who you have discovered. They must be in good health and not otherwise deployed to another post. We'll be picking up the scouting crew at next port. A lot of us also seem to be in good spirits. Expedition will end, tearing itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left. With enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency. If you cannot afford the minimum food rations at the end of the week, crew will become malnourished. Unless cured, the malnourished status will develop into scurvy, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. Fucking oof. More than enough fuel to see us there and back again. Colder temperatures will increase the minimum fuel required at the end of the week. If you cannot afford the minimum fuel, crew will become freezing. Unless cured, freezing status will develop into frostbite, severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. Sledding dogs. Well, they're still a matter of negotiation. Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather the resources on the ice. Sending hunts out further requires a greater amount of dogs. They'll rest and become available between the weeks. Now, on to work. Hello. A sailor enters. I found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in. Another sailor enters leading a young man by their side. You know, you're not the first stowaway I've had. Captain studies them further. You know where we're heading, don't you? I do, sir. The ice. Did you know that before you climbed inside the crate? I did, sir. How old are you? Hardly a useful pair of hands. Not true. I can pull my weight, sir. You know your jibboom from your bowsprit? I do. I learned it from my da. Your da? His ward's son. Followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Well, sure. Hunt ties you up. Your first mate. What should we do with him? Oh, God. Immediately. Keep him aboard, not staying on board. Your decision to make, not mine. So, I remember in the demo, when I played the demo, I went with, he's not staying on board, and when we got to port, we kicked him off and sent him back home. Everyone was pissed at me. Everyone was pissed. So I'll keep him on board. So you hunt squints. Why? So, need all the help you can get. This young man wants to help. clearly here because his father is. It would be wrong to separate them. Don't have time to accommodate this. If the boy wants to freeze to death, we'll let him. Yeah, we need all the help we can get. Alright, boy. Consider yourself part of the crew. Be sure to keep your nose clean and follow orders. Oh, well. Thank you, sir. Captain, not sir. Aye, Captain. Stowaway joins the two sailors below deck, now a member of the crew. It seems the litter has a new runt. Hope the rest won't mind sharing their rations. What of the father? What of the father? Simple, split their pay and their rations. Any rations the boy takes should come from his. Oh, God. Doubt he intended for this to happen. We'll keep an eye on the berth. Suppose you're right. Oh, that matter's sorted. Doggo! Have you agreed upon my conditions? To the point, eh? Sure, this is Lady Caudle. Caudle here is to provide us with a kennel of hounds for the sleds. Now, agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways to the nearest island, but neglected to inform me that you are bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death. Seem to have good faith in this expedition. It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel, it's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest. Never before has a seller made such strong demands. What exactly are these demands? She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition, as a member of the crew. None of the ship have the experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you're taking them to such brutal location, they'll need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. Humans on board too, of course. Of course. Now you can see my dilemma, sure. Just accepted a stowaway. Bringing on another member of this crew is a risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts? I don't see the harm in having an expert in sled dogs. Yeah. Should cancel that deal, find another buyer. Yeah, don't see the harm in having a dog sled expert. Good point, sure. He turns to her. This deal is already to your benefit. You have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them. Now, I'd like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Well, welcome aboard, then. Knowledge should prove valuable. Invaluable. I have a room prepared for you below deck. No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves. Hope I'm not making a mistake, sure. You have 14 doggos. Now that that's all settled, I have one more errand for you to run. Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. Couldn't mistake them for another. An urgent matter? Not at all. Nothing you should concern yourself with. They'll be down in the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew. Alright, time to meet more of the crew. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Karsha Belford, balanced on the ship's mast with a camera, lining up a photo. How's the view up there? Oh, Jesus Christ. You startled the woman, causing her to fall and nearly drop her camera. Yeah, help her down. Help her retrieve the device and untangle herself from the rigging. That's a close shave, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer of this ship. Karsha Belford. Can I just not apologize for nearly fucking killing her? Alright, nice to meet you, I suppose. I suppose there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just cannot pass up. An accomplished photographer, Karsha Belford won the Fentler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt, or or the benefactor turning her away. I expected someone of her accolade to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. She's not prepared for this. That much is obvious. The cold game. Picture that as a header. What? For the piece on this voyage. I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. Ah, clickbait! I got it. This isn't a game, Kasha. An expedition like this isn't light business. Kasha nods eagerly, but you can tell she's not really listening. Oh, right, of course. It is thrilling, though, isn't it? I suppose someone of your experience finds it all boring at this point. A trip to the ice may seem dull compared to the Royal Admiralty. Clearly you know who I am. Of course, I thoroughly researched the crew of the Temperance. May seem somewhat excessive, but I feel it's necessary for a proper chronicling. That and plenty of pictures. Don't worry, Shaw. You don't have a reputation that sets you apart from the rest. A celebrity like Kurt Darling's presence will dwarf any rumors that could form around you. That reminds me, he'll be joining us at next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shaw. So how long do they take to develop? Only a day or two. I've made a makeshift darkroom in the hold. Speaking of photographs, she hands you an annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Ah, here we go, thank you. So we got Joseph Joe Green, sailor, ice savvy. Amelia Corvid Sparrow, sailor, ice savvy. Killian Smurf Sanders, solid name, dude. Sailor, also ice savvy. Timmy Runt Ward, sailor, stowaway, saltborn. Scouts, engineers, scientists, specialists. Rufus Hunt, deployed. Captain Ice Savvy Muttwash. Okay. Richard Templeton, deployed. Science officer, landborn. Kasha Belford, deployed. Photographer, landborn. And it's me, landborn colonel. Brief source cards, key items. An accordion. Grimley's accordion, weathered instrument tuned with care. Kasha's camera, integral to a report and the crew manifest. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us at the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. I'll see what I can do. I'll not disturb you of your work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers, anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. You'll leave her to her work. I spot a large man with a youthful gait carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with relative ease. Ah, your officer Shaw. He gives a bright, warming smile. Two Johns. That's what they call me. Sure you'll get your nickname later. Two Johns attempts to offer a handshake but loses control of the crate. Struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands. Yeah, maybe later. Work awaits. Alright. John. Okay, that's why he's called Two Johns. There. Here we go. His full name literally is just John. Bruh. Okay, forecast locked. Here, the kennel master preparing the room inside. Alright. Doesn't seem to be anything else around here. Alright. Mid-deck. Find yourself almost knocking over a man carrying a heavy pot. Careful. Almost got drenched in broth. Apologies. I'm in a rush on request for Hunt. Yeah, from Hunt. Is there an issue with the ship? Yeah, he just wanted me to find the Stoke brothers for a meeting. Not surprised. Those two are the only ones who know what's going on aboard this bloody ship. Hear a roar from the other side of the door. Hey, what's holding you up? The cook shakes his head with a smile and chuckles slightly to himself. He grabs a large pot and prepares to make his way to the hungry crew before turning his head to you. If you don't mind, could you carry the tray of biscuits behind me? No, yeah, sure, dude. Grab the plate and follow the cook out the door and to the table where the crew are waiting with bated breath. Upon the cook's arrival, the sailors let out a rowdy cheer. The ship's cook places the broth upon the table. Trust me, fellas, this one's worth the wait. Cook speaks with a tone of pride as he ladles the broth into the bowls of the crew. Aye, one at a time, you animals. Lord, you're awfully handsy for only one arm. Ah, piss off, Junior. Got some bread here, too. Grab it fast before Tucker beats you to it. The crew laugh and are merry as Junior guides you back through the kitchen. We weren't properly introduced. Robin Shaw, right? And keeping track of all the new crew. You're in Stokes, but nobody calls me that. You'll hear them call me Junior. You should do the same. No idea why Hunt picks someone he's never worked with as first mate. Well, you seem the helpful sort. Glad to have you aboard. Well, Hunt wished to see you as soon as possible. Ah, yes. Good old Hunt. Never rest on this ship, let me tell you. Especially when Hunt takes a liking to you. And, okay, I'm guessing we're gonna sit and eat. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. Crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. So I missed out on conversation with the dude with the accordion. Crap. Over dinner, you overhear the newly picked up stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. Oh, is his father only got one arm? Oh god. Yeah, it is. But duh. You're lucky Hunt didn't throw you overboard. Half a mind to do that myself. Come on, duh. I'm here to help. Better know that involves work. Don't expect special treatment. I won't. You're an impossible child, Timmy. Hello? Who are you? Spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the mid-deck, searching through some luggage dyslexia place, that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct? Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. Bottle of wine, actually. Perhaps one of the sailors took it. Goodness, I would hope not. My wife and I brought that bottle to celebrate with. Be safe for the journey back, of course. Now, if you find it, please let me know. Anyone else around here? That looks like a no. Before I get that. As you look over the railing out to the ocean, a wisp of smoke flies past your face. Turn to examine and spot a sailor with a pipe in his mouth and a sheet of paper in his hand, overlooking the stirring waters. Looking at something? Not many sailors can read or write. What's the letter? Wow. Alright, I'm not gonna go straight into that. Jesus. Who are you? Tashi. After introducing himself, Tashi falls silent and begins to read the letter. Trying to draw a conversation from him may be similar to extracting teeth. Alright. You spot Templeton looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It'll be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. Notice you weren't at dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin and I make use of it. Templeton keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean. There's a great God damn it. I hate being dyslexic so fucking much. There's a great expectation upon us, officer. Yeah, who's this benefactor of ours? It is not for you to know. Not yet. Templeton looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean's surface. Looks back up at the sunset. Quite the sight. I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer will be rested. Oh, E to advance in next week. Oh, I gotta hold it. I hate button prompts that I gotta hold. It legit drives me nuts. Let's see, normal 2 per person, normal 2 per person. Well, that'll be 50-50, so... Well then. The ship makes its last port at Orca Island. Caudal's sledding dogs are picked up. Scout crew and Kurt Darling are picked up. Days are getting brighter as you move further south. Two weeks in the Temperance. There's a rap on your cabin door. Come in. Door swings open to reveal Kurt Darling, all but filling its frame, grinning ear to ear. There you are, Officer Shaw. Ship's navigator is a difficult man to miss. Stature and reputation precede him. Adorned with a slew of apparatus, this seemingly one-man expedition would be known to anyone following the heyday of exploration and the merchandising that followed. I know little of the man. His reputation is indeed great. The man behind the legend is but a stranger. Hiding away from the rest of us, are you? Oh, God, all this talking is actually fucking up my throat. Oh, God. You're always this early to race? These days I tend to enjoy a good lie-in, but not during an expedition. You know what they say of early birds and worms? Apologies for not stopping by sooner, Shaw. Took me a while to set up my team, and a great deal of the crew were quite eager to meet me. Oh, right, yeah, he's a fucking movie star, apparently. But he's also, like, a navigator. That's right, he's something of a celebrity, aren't you? Take that to mean you haven't heard of me before? Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Not many who haven't seen my films, particularly in this line of work. Well, the one fellow on this crew said my work inspired them to explore the world. Quite the honor, is it not? Yeah, this crew doesn't seem like the film-going type. Well, yes, most were born on the sea to begin with. But it is good to know even those old films can inspire. Suppose I did get distracted, didn't I? Anyway, I was hoping you'd join me up deck. Does Hunt require my presence? No. Finally entered the pack. I thought you'd want to see it for yourself. Sure, I'll see it. Kurt turns to walk away before turning back. Oh, and enjoy your morning. It's a good day, Shaw. Ah! He leaves. Let's see. Ah, okay, it just tells me what I did. Nothing going on here. What about lower deck? Ah, everyone's still sleeping. Many of the crew are still fast asleep, laying in hammocks. Best not to disturb them, Shaw. Don't want to find yourself dealing with an abruptly woken sailor. Let us head up deck. Sound of snoring are rather obnoxious. Alright. At the stern, you notice an older sailor at the helm. The old man takes in a deep breath in the cold air before letting out a satisfied exhale. Morning. Good morning to you. He eyes you up. Officer Shaw, right? Lefty. Call me that on account of, well, Should be obvious. He chuckles. Don't worry about the bad side. This is all feel. Just keeping it steady. He examines you. Surprised Hunt picked from outside for his first mate. Yeah, surprised myself. He seems like the insular type. He is. Must be something special for Hunt to look outside the ranks. Hunt doesn't have much fondness for the military, but it at least means she got the work ethic. Mornings like these are about the only peace I get from the younger lot. Should take the moments when you can. Lefty returns his attention to the helm. As you get older, I suppose you'll learn to value the quiet moments there. Let's hope we're just as diligent when we're old and grey. Myself before you, of course. Nothing else. Alright, didn't do. Join Kurt at the bow of the ship. Both feel the temperance break the floes below you. Gripping the railing, he draws an enormous breath. Footing beneath rises as the ship mounts an impeding ice flow. There's a moment's hesitation before a profound crack relieves the ship, cascading across the ice. He exhales. See? Nothing else like it. Mate, it's just ice. It's just ice, dude. Gonna be plenty more where it came from. There's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be. And you're in the right place, I assume. So, how far are we from land? About a week's sail from the last known location of the old Viscount. Assuming she isn't exactly where they left her, we can't take smooth sailing for granted. Same goes for this daylight. It won't remain this bright for so long once winter encroaches. Beautiful as the ice is, on this course it's going to get thicker. It looks out across the way. We won't be so confident when the leads dry up and we're stuck here till the next cycle. We need to change course. Avoid the pack. Have you informed Captain Hunt? He won't listen to me. Thinks I've been dulled by retirement. I've probably seen more ice than he has whiskey. Have enough supplies if it comes to that. It's not the supplies to be worried about in that situation. People will turn on each other before they let themselves starve. Have you ever experienced a long night winter? It's not pleasant, to say the least. If it comes to that, we'll adapt, I assume. Heh, see why he hired you. Should understand, Robin. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. Guess I'll do my best. Kurt nods and turns back to look across the ice. I guess I'm going back to Captain's cabin. Ah, sure. Ready for another day of work? Did you hear Kurt's advice? He wants us to switch course. Aye. He had a few words to share. May have been an expert in his time. But these days, Kurt is, one with more money than sense. Anyway, back to work. I was hoping you'd help me through a few more requests from the crew. May have noticed the line pooling up outside. Everyone wants something, it seems. Call them in as you please. Alright, Hammond. A short, sour-faced man in engineer clothing approaches. I acted daft, Hunt. Not with intention. Not bloody surprised you didn't notice. Sure, this is our chief engineer, Clive Hammond. Oh my god, my fucking throat. Oh, I'm gonna be fucking voice acting this the whole fucking time. Ugh. See, an opinionated one. What is it, Hammond? We've hit the ice, and you haven't assigned any extra men down on the boiler. You have your engineering team. And we've only got 6 arms between us. I need more manpower maintaining this. Sailors. Many of the crew have their own tasks they're busy with. I know I've already assigned Smurf on the matter. The captain turns to you. How many do you think is fair? 1, 3. More. Open the crew manifest to choose how many sailors you wish to assign. Alright, so assign crew. See, some choices require you to assign crew from your manifest. In this choice, you may choose the amount to assign. Okay, he only has one arm, so, you know, having him in the boiler would probably not be a good idea. Say 2 Johns, Joe, Tashi. Do we bring the kid? I'll give him the kid. What something bad happened to the kid? Take Tashi, 2 Johns, Runt, and Joe. Giving me the bloody stowaway? Would you rather none? The engineer holds his tongue. Fine. I like that there's dialogue specifically for sending in the kid. But you can tell me how right I was when we're buried under the ice. He leaves. You could spare it, that one, beneath the oil and the temper. Won't be seeing much of him, though. Prefers to burrow himself in the boiler room. Captain, sure. A thought occurred to me the other day while looking through the crew manifest, and, well, it might be too late for this now that we've already entered the ice. Out with it. Thought it would be good to have individual photos of the full crew. For your report? Not only my report, it would be good reference for the manifest. Put faces to the names. Much of this crew has served me for years, some decades. I have little problem putting faces to names. Your thoughts, sure? Bit late, but now or never, may as well get it over with. Aye, good point. But maybe could sound a little more enthused. Well, Belfort, I see no problem here. I'll arrange for the pictures to be taken before the crew have their dinner. Thank you, Captain Shaw. No, thank you, Captain Commode Shaw. In the meantime, I'll attempt to get as many individual crew photos as I can. Still welcome to help on that matter, Officer Shaw. She departs, satisfied. Corvid enters the office. Hunt, you asked for a report on how the stowaway was doing. Aye, I wanted to see if the young boy has been settling in well. He has indeed. Yeah, it means another mouth to feed, but the boy works hard and doesn't ask much. He has his dad to guide him as well. I'm sure the boy's father is ecstatic. Worried sick, but happy, aye. Oh, what do you know, sure? Perhaps we were right to keep the boy aboard. Gonna have all that settled then. Perhaps we shouldn't rule out old Kurt so easily. If the man thinks there could be an alternate path through the ice, he's free to search for it. Sure, meet with him when you have time. Changing course or not, we'll want one of his scouts to set up in the crow's nest. Take care of that, then you will be done for the day. Yeah, send me up there, I'll get you a reading. Scientist eyes the man's cane and turns to you. I believe the navigator means you to send one of his scouts. Navigator clears his throat and taps his cane. Of course. Ahem. If you find one of mine, they'll get us a reading rightly. Alright, there's quite a few things here. Let's see. Rigging. While examining the rigging of the ship, your eyes notice a figure darting by, climbing on the ropes with ease. Figure lands on their feet before dusting themselves off. Their outfit denotes one of Kurt's scouting crew. Ah, no problems. She looks to you. And you are? I love how you can be such a dick. First mate, address me as such. Officer Shaw. Yourself? Flick. One of Kurt's crew. What, you mean like the main character from Bug's Life? Yo. Don't worry about my safety. I know what I'm doing. Trust me. Kurt doesn't just hire anyone. Well, he didn't hire me for no reason. Got the medals in gymnastics if you're worried about my credentials. Flick jumps up and returns to scaling the rigging of the ship. So we have a gymnast doing stuff around with the rigging. Alright. Oh. There you go, Flick. Hey, send to the nest and take a reading with the sextant. It measures ankles! See, all clear from up top. So, this is the map that we're going to be dealing with. See, last spot you made where you picked up Kurt and the scouting team from. And let's see, Viscount Island, last known location of the Viscount, your destination. And this is where we are now. There's a huge sheet of ice. So, yeah, we should be going around, but I'm guessing because, like, that's there. That's where we're going to end up. Spot a youthful-looking man leaning over the side of the ship, his head slumped as he looks into the icy pool below. Appears he's been visited by a spot of seasickness. You okay? Speak out, and the sickly man doesn't answer. He raises his head and turns to spot you, his eyes widening in shock as he does. The speckled young man, shaking with unease, stares at you for a brief moment, a look of shame plastered on his face. Sorry. You alright? Yes. Well, not really. I'm very sorry. Man turns around and hurriedly runs in the opposite direction, avoiding your gaze. Poor dude. Overhear two of the newly arrived scouting crew talking. Ah, Quilsey. Have any trouble settling in? Not too bad. Can't wait for a chance to sleep, though. Proper navigator never rests until the work is done. Of course. Take it you had no issue settling in? Not at all. Crew a funny lot. Old Kurt certainly caught their attention. Do you think any of them would mistake Kurt and myself? I think you'd collapse from joy if they did. Perhaps. Hey, Damo. What's going on, dude? Yes, I am back. It's been a while. Like, what was it, 10 days? Something like that? Here we go. Now I can talk to him. He spots you and ceases in his playing. Need something? You're Grimly, aren't you? The man grunts. Aye. Grimly Stoke. I'm the ship's carpenter. Then you're Junior's brother, then. Junior? Oh, you're sure. Junior mentioned you. In a positive or negative light? Ask him yourself. Won't keep you from your work. And keep me from my break. Alright. Good, how are you? I'm alright. Tired, but alright. Spot a suspicious-looking sailor emerge from the pantry. The hooded sailor spots you, keeping their hands firmly in their pockets. Know what it looks like, Officer Shaw. Fleck, but call me Gnomes. Really? Gnomes? Alright. Not thieving anything. I hadn't considered that, but now... think I protest too much then. No worries, so it's just setting up a practical joke. And what is this practical joke? Not going to spoil the surprise. Not at your expense, if that's what you're concerned. Have to get enjoyment around here. Yeah, have to get some enjoyment around here, don't you think? With the mysterious trap set, Gnome scurries off to the upper decks to return to work. Skylar Pleck, alright. Hey, sure, can you grab some tins from the pantry? Nearly time for dinner. The moment you enter the pantry, a bag of flour drops on your head, scattering all over the officer's uniform. What else is that? Gnomes! Son of a bitch! Wipe the flour off you before continuing. God damn it, Gnomes. Lift a crate of tins from the shelf. And what will be this week, Short? Let's see, I guess we'll stick that in there. Crew have their meal. Ah, shall we toast the ice? Aye. The days get longer, but dinner is fixed. It'll see us through the long days and the darkest nights. Crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. You notice two sailors passing by from the dinner rabble. An inebriated sailor on wobbling legs leaning on the shoulder of another. Ah, good times, good times. Need to learn to handle your drink, Tucker. Ah, but I'm fine. My mates can carry me, eh, Cavity? God, if your nickname is Cavity, that must suck. That must suck. See, they can also drop you. Have two Johns carry you next time. You asleep? Shit. Nothing new here. You overhear two engineers chatting above deck. Or rather, you overhear one engineer speaking with another. Bruh, what is that? Whatever. Don't know how the chief could stay down there all evening. Now, you ever see Mr. Hammond eat? Ha! His name is Dick. That means penis. That's funny. I haven't. Maybe he doesn't even eat. Man's not human if he can work all day and night on that boiler. Probably doesn't sleep either. He probably sleeps. Aye, Dick. It's figurative. Right. Oh, the doggos! The dogs regard her with rapt attention as she paces between them, bowl in hand. The largest joins her side as you approach. Try some. I've already eaten, but fair. She takes a sip herself without hesitation. Penguin, some blubber, fats and proteins. Fastest way to hydrate them. Is there something you needed? Just inspecting the animals. Don't talk mean about his hard, girthy worker. They're just inspecting the animals. Belong here more than we do. Unlike us, they need the ice. Pulls them through their pores as they run. They'd overheat otherwise. See, they're strong creatures. Very. Handle stress differently, adapt quickly. There's plenty to be learned from them. Clearly love these animals. They need me. And you'll need them. I can pet the doggo! It barks at you and moves behind its master. Oh. Doesn't like me that much. No, that's just a scouting thing. That seems to be it for this week. Ooh, that would be... Really? I can't just, like, tune it a little bit. It's like, okay. Yeah, we'll be completely out of fuel if we do that. Alright, so another week passes. Temperance has finally entered the thick ice leads. Days grow even brighter. See, 3 weeks on the Temperance. Right, I keep forgetting. That's just, like, reminding me of what we did last week. Nothing here. Alright. Yep, we have gone straight through that block of ice. We are right in the middle. Boy, I hope nothing bad happens. Oh, that's not what I was meant to do. Captain Hunt appears to be absent. His chair is unoccupied. Whole room shudders. Jesus. Time to roll the strategy of many survival management games. If your stats ain't dropping below 0, you ain't eating tonight, you greedy bastards. Yeah. What in the... Oh, I was worried about this. Look at that ice. Could be trapped for a while. Strong pressures. As if we didn't have enough bother. Well, no need mucking around. Let's get to work. Where's Hunt? I'll grab him. I'm sure he felt it too. Sure, check the boiler room. I'm sure the mole man has problems of his own. Not to worry, everyone. We'll be free and moving again before you know it. Back to work. Say, Officer Shaw, what happened? Ship's come to a stop. I almost flung my camera into the wall. Didn't hit anything, did we? Have you seen Hunt? Not since this morning. He was going to speak with Grimley about the lifeboats, last I heard. Nothing else here. Deal. Ship stuck then? You're looking for Hunt, you just missed him. If we didn't cross paths, how? Don't ask me. I'm going to check with my brother. Alrighty. Aye. If I'd make errors, tell you. It's secured, don't you worry. You notice you. Am I interrupting? Not any more than he's interrupting my work. I'm ensuring that the boiler was not damaged in the sudden commotion. And I told you that if it was, you'd already know. I'm not in the business of making mistakes. I know that if the furnace goes, we go down with it. Yes, but you're only one man, with just a pair of engineers as assistants. Just looking at the number of valves, this seems far too much for you to handle. Maybe a bloody benefactor should have considered that. I've gotten used to it by now. It'll hold, trust me. I will. Well, I'll have to, won't I? I don't fancy staying on the ship any longer than necessary. It's imperative we break free from the ice as quick as possible. Hammond eyes you, a grimace on his face. First mate here, but where's the one who got us into this bloody mess? Yeah, he's a difficult one to find. Indeed he is. I have a suspicion as to where he may be now. We're on a ship, an unmoving one at that. A man cannot simply disappear. If he's anywhere, he must be in his cabin. When you find the man, give him an earful on my behalf. Can't do it myself, I'm too busy keeping us alive. Templeton gives a nod. I believe you, and I both owe our good captain a visit, Shaw. You should call the crew for dinner first. Routine is important, especially now. Not before we've fed this furnace. Mind grabbing some coal from the bunker, Shaw? Or are you afraid of dirty hands like Mr. Templeton over here? Like, how can he be in his cabin? We're literally just there. Keep it lit, Captain. Yeet. The Ask engineers raise the heat, cures cure of freezing. Got it. Okay. Talking about lifeboats disappearing, oh boy, sometimes foreshadowing is rather obvious, yeah? You emerge mid-deck to find the crew readying themselves for dinner. Despite the ice, some seem nervous, others as if nothing had changed at all. Feed the hoosh pot. I do like the accordion music that they have playing. Dinner is shared. The crew return to their post. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. You can't help but notice that it's still bright light outside. Didn't see him either. He didn't pass by, but his cabin door was locked when I checked. Slippery bastard. What are you thinking, Hunt? Seeing no sign of Hunt, I take it. Mr. Templeton passed by, but he wasn't exactly willing to take questions. Recording music is always appreciated, especially where I am. Yeah. Like, it's very clearly, like, well done as well. But, like, the dev team is, Irish, so, like, I can kind of... Oh, there he is. I can see where, like, the accordion music, you know, comes from. I was informed that he was here. Where could he have hidden himself? Yeah, he has to be in here. Check under his desk. I highly doubt he's cowering beneath the table, sure. Ah! Captain's laugh rings out from behind the door. Captain watches you both, his head swaying as he chuckles to himself. A surprisingly difficult man to get a hold of, Hunt. Seeing that this is your ship. Ah, I know it well. Hunt's eyes turn to you. Believe you two are already acquainted? How long have you been drinking? I don't suppose you care to join? Hunt shakes his hip flask as he holds it out, whiskey sloshing and spilling from the top. What of you, Shaw? I'll tempt you with some sweet nectar? I don't drink. You don't care to humor me this once? Yeah, well, your loss. You intend to offer drinks at a time like this? This ship, your ship, is trapped in the ice. It's my ship now, is it? What do you expect me to do? Get the shovels out? Could have heeded Kurt's warning, dude. Ah, Kurt. Still hanging on his word. You'll have some luck relying on that old lout. He's a man chasing a spotlight, nothing more. There's no safe passage here. This is always going to happen. Mr. Hunt. Captain. If you're not fit to stand, then you should retire for the night. Shaw will stand in your stead, and we can continue in the morning. Abandon my duty? No captain who would do that is fit to... God, dyslexia, please. No captain who would do that is a fit captain, wouldn't you agree? Well... not you. Shaw, isn't that right? What do you think makes for a good leader? Sobriety for a fucking start. Heh. Sips at his drink. I'm serious, Shaw. To you, what makes a good leader? I don't have time for... In a word, then. What makes a leader? Willpower. Willpower? Explain. Ability to press forward no matter the circumstances. And if your crew submits before you do, I don't think they'd appreciate being pushed forward in a hopeless situation. You can look to someone always pressing on against all odds and call that bravery. Others would call it fatal stubbornness. If one's to die, they'd prefer it to be with their boots off, lying in bed with a full belly. Would a good leader deny them that? Speaking in platitudes, will do you no good. Oh, God. A good leader is something more than a single rule you are told to follow. When you see one, you just know. You've wasted enough time pining philosophical. No, my apologies. I'll ask the real questions. Sure. Look at where we are. You honestly think we're going to survive this? I had no assumptions on returning alive, Jesus. You best form some. Wouldn't just be your life you're throwing away. Captain laughs. Sure. Nobody knows we're out here. Doesn't leave this room. Really? No one knows we're out here. Are you fucking serious? No. Wouldn't want to upset your employer. Our benefactor. You all want to be paid after this, don't we? Enough. If If you weren't fit to lead this expedition, you shouldn't have agreed to it. You shouldn't be. None of us should be here. Old Kurt paid handsomely to join. You're just a botanist sent to keep an eye on me. Our doctor? Yeah. Then there's me. So what are we actually searching for then? Hunt chuckles, gesticulating mockingly with his hands. Ghosts. Templeton opens the door. Captain needs his rest. We'll discuss this once he's of sound mind. So we're chasing dead men then. A clear mission. Changes nothing. Only right to tell ya. Fuck. Grandpa had an accordion, or rather, my cousin Bane. Always wanted to try and learn it, but also too intimidated by it. Oh, yeah. Like, just looking at accordions, they look so fucking complicated. Nowadays, I still want to learn, at least to be able to play Vagrant of Love. Yeah. There, go on now, sure. I'll be alright here. Alright, you fucking... Captain appears to have fallen asleep. Captain Hunt needs his sleep. It appears the pressures of command have greatly affected him. Should find some rest yourself. Crew have their commands. Clear your head and we will continue on the moon. Well, that seems to be all that I can do at the moment. You awake to a room awash with green. There's a loud banging on your door and a familiar voice speaks from behind the wood. Sure, you in there? Sure. Hammond? Oh shit. Why is everything green? Never mind the green. Boiler's in serious trouble. Pumps need manned, and we need to stop the whole system overheating. But I don't need to tell you if the furnace goes, we go. Lead the way, we don't have a moment to spare. Right, let's move. Need to find the captain, now. Kasha rushes up, holding her camera tight as the ship rumbles. What's happening? Are we going under? Not if we can help it. Out of the way. It's safe to go up top, right? That Aurora. It's a shot I can't miss. Kasha steps back before snapping a photograph of the ensuing chaos. The Aurora Borealis! The lights of the Aurora flicker over the pale ice. Nothing. Visibly perturbed, he takes a moment to compose himself. Even the tub is empty. Why would you expect him to be in the tub? Not important. This doesn't make sense. The man seemed barely fit to crawl himself into bed earlier. What? Hammond turns to you. Alright, sure. Captain's missing. You're in charge. Oh, good to hear. Get a big head about it. Yes, indeed. The crew are no doubt waking at this moment. They're no doubt scared, confused. It's your duty to keep them calm, to maintain order. Hammond glares at Templeton. It's Shaw's job to get down to the boiler room, now. We've already wasted enough time looking for that bastard Hunt. If you storm down to that room, all you'll be doing is inciting a panic. We need to calm the fears of the crew, maintain an air of focus. Lie to them as the ship goes down? Not at all. Instead, to assure them we know how to remedy this matter. You do know how to remedy this matter, Mr. Hammond. Aye. We need to be quick. Don't have time to worry about some stupid sailor's feelings. Got a bloody ship to save. Well, it's as you said. Officer Shaw is in charge. The decision is yours. Yeah, if we don't do something about the fucking boiler, we're all going to die. Hammond's right, we can't waste any more time. The boiler won't wait for us. Fine. I'll keep the crew at bay then. Come on, don't worry about him. Let's go. I don't care about people's feelings if we're going to fucking die, alright? As more of the crew notice you and Hammond descending below, the whispers begin. Soon the crew pick up the pace, walking directionless with hurried footsteps. Kurt approaches. Boiler trouble, I take it? I'll lend a hand. I know when you're walking with that cane, you're not. I have enough strength to... Go tell the crew to hit the lower decks, as many as possible. Let's go, Shaw. Time to save this blasted ship. You ascend the ladder. Ahead you can see the brothers trying to open the door to the vault. Trying to get in? Same. Door's stuck. Door's stuck! Door's stuck! Please! I beg you! See, pull harder, you bastards. We need to get in there. Yeah, we need to keep that furnace alight. Little door unsticks. Grimly looks to you before darting off into the dark. There's a bloody idiot running off to sound the alarm. Bloody hells. Let's get moving. Enter the boiler room. As you enter, Hammond's engineering team are hard at work. The larger of the two engineers loses grip of the valve as steam begins to shoot out, causing Hammond to dash forward. Watch it! Hammond tackles the engineer to the ground, saving him from a nasty steam burn. Made it just in time. What's the word, Chief? Keep those valves pumping. We need to avoid a water hammer, or we won't be making it off this ship. Sure. Rest the crew on here. Grab a valve and start turning. Turn the valves. Grab a valve, begin turning, trying all you can to keep the water at bay. Pump! Feel the ache in your muscles as you continue to push the valve, keeping the pressure at bay. The furnace rumbles and sputters, hemorrhaging fuel. Keep turning, doing the best you can to keep the pressure at bay. Be at this for hours. Shit, where's the rest of the crew? There they are. It'll just pop into existence. God help. Furnace rumbles and sputters. Get me coal and turn those valves. There we go. Grab some coal. Eat the coal. Grab the valve. 2 Johns. See, with enough hands working on the boiler, we begin to fight back the potential water hammer. Someone's gonna have to hold the furnace in place. Gnomes, you do it since you fucking pranked me. Gnomes approaches the furnace. The room shakes. Water hammer! Jet of steam paints black. Subsides as they writhe in agony. Let's see. When a crew gains a severe status effect such as wounded, scurvy, or frostbite, that crew will become invalid and unable to work. Keep up the work, shifting the valves until the boiler has fully calmed. The ship is saved. Won't be sinking today. Yay! We did it. As the crew give assistance to the wounded Plek, you feel your muscles tense. You fall back, collapsing from exhaustion. As you lay back, or you can hear a pair of panicked voices. Where the hell is Captain Hunt? He's gone. Jesus. Oh, God. Alright. We can do that. That's the best we got at the moment, unfortunately. Temperance is safe from sinking. The Aurora passes, leaving only the bright light and white. Greedy bastards get no food. So you're alone in the captain's cabin. Out across deck can be heard the commotion of the crew. Word has spread quickly that Captain Hunt is missing. Templeton slips in through the door. Sure. Still no sign of Hunt? I'm afraid not. Hunt is still missing. And he isn't alone in that regard. Sanders, Sparrow, and Gren are also unaccounted for. Did we ever meet Gren? I don't even remember that. Like, Sparrow I remember. As is a sizable food and fuel supply and one of the larger lifeboats. Boy, I wonder what the fuck happened. Sure, you and I are not naive. It seems quite clear what has happened here. How's the rest of the crew? They're confused, scared. Former captain is no longer with us. You understand what that means, Shaw? That would be Captain Shaw. It's the only one that isn't dickish sounding. So your new captain must be selected by the crew. As first mate, you have the most clear argument to take that role. Would have expected the role to be inherited. Not quite. I'll hold a vote as soon as possible. And Carpenter, Grimley, still loyal to Hunt, and many of the sailors will follow his vote, if not all. I can assure you have the vote of myself and my scientists. Kurt and his crew are likely to support you as well. I'm unsure where the engineers will side. They're likely loyal to their pay. Black is still recovering from their steam burns, which may end up working to our favor. The civilians are a mystery. But I believe when all is said and done, you'll just about make the vote. Let's see. Clearly given this a lot of thought. Of course. It's vital to remain aware of the crew's intention. They're waiting outside, Shaw. They're scared. They don't know where to turn. You and I both understand the importance of maintaining decorum. Though times seem dire, remember, there's a rescue ship on its way. Even if the Temperance falls, we still have potential escape. 35 weeks. I have to survive for 35 weeks? Like nearly an entire fucking year? Are you serious? The ship will arrive at Viscount Island in 35 weeks from now. Should focus on surviving that long. That's all we need to do, Captain. Jesus. And like, we've been out for 2 months already as well. Fuck. The relief could become trapped just as we have been. That is always a risk, particularly here in the Pale Passage. But that does not mean we should assume as much. We should assume the same fate does not befall them. Another 35 weeks, Captain. Keep it in mind. Here, you should have this. Templeton presents you with a fancy-looking hat. Yay, a hat! Yeah, a year is 50... Yeah, so it's like 3/4 of a year. Roughly. He left it behind in his cabin. Tells us where we... tells us what we need, doesn't it? Oh, my hat. Commotion outside grows. Choose to willfully observe reality. I suggest you do the same, Captain. Scientist refrains for a moment. What is it? I think it's best we declare that the captain and the missing crew are dead. No need for us to complicate things any further. I'm not gonna lie to them. Leaders lie. Get used to it. Crew are waiting for you on deck. Hunt's ledger is gone. Last place he saw Captain Hunt. Still drops of whiskey. Frozen. Well, time to address the crew. Hey guys, so, things look bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, we're fucked. The hushed voices become more distant as you make your way back out into the open air. You notice the absence of Pleck. Crew members notice you and stop. Their attention ripples across the deck. Attention! Should be clear by now that Captain Hunt is no longer serving his post. As such, we should vote in the new captain. I nominate Officer Shaw for the role. A clear choice is first mate. And what of Hunt? Do not see him among us, do you? Don't see a body either. He's still out there. You don't know what happened. So hypothetically, who would we eat first? The dogs or the scientists? Like, my first thought was the kid. Because, like, they're, like, the weakest of the, of all of us. Because, you know, just a child. But the kid actually does work. And, you know, probably more effective than, like, the father with only one arm. There's something we can discover. For now, someone has to take the reins of command. All in favor of Officer Shaw? Well, start the voting process. Alright, it's 4 for me. I did help him out. Alright, we're doing good. Alright. Never mind, it's tied up. Okay. Okay, of course they abstain. Abstain as well. Come on, Kasha. Hey, okay, thank God. Okay. Well then. Now what? You've been confirmed as the captain of the expedition. Well, the ayes have it. Shaw still be acting captain from this point forward. Acting in Captain Hunt's stead. Crowd looks to you expectantly as Templeton gives you a knowing nod. A moment passes in the cold as they await your next words, curious murmurings scattering between the crew. Let's see. Shaw. To those who don't know me, I'm Robin Shaw. As they look to you, it's not long before the obvious question spills from a crew member's mouth. Where's Captain Hunt? As I said, I'm not gonna fucking lie to them. He abandoned us. -5 loyalty. Shit. Notice Templeton's eyes widen. Whispers begin to roll throughout the crowd. Appears to have left this expedition along with 3 missing crew and 1 of our lifeboats. The silence hangs in the air. See, as long as we keep our wits, there's no reason we can't survive this. The crowd begins to bubble up once more, with more and more questions coming to the surface. Members of the crew start speaking out one by one with questions thrown your way in quick succession. How are we supposed to survive out here? Is help coming? What about our pay? Will we still be paid? Yeah, our immediate priority, find additional food. Current supplies will only take us so far trapped in the ice. Status report. I'd like the head of each station to report to me going forward. No, this isn't what we signed up for. I love how I could just end my speech there. Yeah, this isn't what we signed up for. Alright, team. Break. Stick with me, I'll see us through. What of the lost captain? Yeah, those who are lost and no longer here. For now, we must worry about ourselves. Understood. Oh, you heard the captain. Get to it. The crowd dissipates, returning to their roles aboard the ship. You pass Templeton. He glares at you. I told you, I won't lie to them. We can't be honest with each other. What chance do we have? I hope you're right. Looks up at your new hat. Suits you. Yeah, this isn't what we were paid to do, but not like we have any other fucking options here. Yeah. Shaw. What should I say? Captain Shaw. That Hunt. Didn't seem the type to just leave his crew behind. Still, no good dwelling. I have confidence you'll take up the mantle well. Crew are counting on me, don't intend to disappoint. That being said, we're dealing with me here. I'm going to disappoint. That's a spirit. Need some optimism at times like this. If the captain has faith, so too will the crew. Let's see. Forecastle, what do we got here? Doggos. Hi. Rub its chin. See, suppose congratulations are in order. I hope you're prepared for the task at hand, Captain Shaw. I understand the responsibility. You are confident, but we will see. None really understand responsibility until we are handed it. Not it, doggo. Ruffle its fur. Alright, there we go. There should be no hesitation, Shaw. You're the captain now. You must carry that authority instantly. It's best that we carry out the daily routine as normal. Show that you're capable in the role. Should take the day's request immediately before seeing to our resources. Alright. So you saw the duties of the captain firsthand while serving Hunt. You're acting captain now. It's time you take up that mantle. Line is already forming at the door. No surprise given the circumstances. Take them as you may, Captain. Captain, I've brought the Kennel Master with me. This is something you will both want to hear. I have a strong suspicion on what this matter is. I was planning to speak with the captain on it myself. Fortunate happenstance then. Captain, I know these conditions well. I've seen them before. Any idea the Temperance being freed from the ice anytime soon is a pipe dream. We need to press on. We need to become aware of our new environment. Trust me, Captain. We'll be living off it for quite some time. What have you, Caudle? Do you agree? Indeed. Dog sleds will need to be exercised regularly. There is no better way to engage in hunting. We're quite lucky, despite the circumstances. Now's the peak time for hunting and navigation. And navigation? Traversing the ice may be a possibility in the future. We need to be prepared for that. If we're to survive out here, we need to know what lies ahead. These are uncharted territories, Captain. We have no idea where we are. The current rations are not set to last forever either. Send any hunting party to me as you please. My dogs and I will ensure their survival. Total exits. Same sentiment for myself and any scouting teams. If you wish the great unknown to be braved and charted, I'm your man. You need to know what lies ahead. Keep looking forward. Alright, Hammond, what's going on? Assuming that boiler was only the start of our troubles. Have you seen the state of this bloody ship? It has certainly seen better days. She's bleeding in the lower decks. I believe the older stoke is attempting to rectify that. We need to stockpile as much fuel as we can. Oh god. Oh, all of this fucking speaking is like hurting my throat. Oh, after not fucking doing this for like 10 days, oh god, it's hell on my throat. Oh, Jesus. If the furnace runs out by the end of the week, we die. If we spend too long in the ship, we die. If we don't stockpile enough fuel for the winter, we die? Aye. Give me some coal. Get it in the furnace. I'm afraid he's not wrong. That coal bunker is our only source of fuel for the time being. Till we can procure alternatives, we should assign crew to shoveling whenever possible. Sure. The ice looks unbudging, doesn't it? It would seem that way, yes. Crew seem to think so. If they think we don't intervene, the Temperance will never get freed. Suggesting breaking the ice, I can assure you that won't work. I'm not. They are. No intervention is going to break up the ice enough to free the ship. Putting others to work on that is simply a waste of manpower. Aye, maybe. They're scared, though. Worried. They just want to feel like they tried something. Like, in the end, yeah, it's fucking pointless. But, like, in a situation like this, like, keeping up spirits is probably the best idea. It's like, if they feel like they're, you know, trying to survive, they'll, you know, want to survive more. Let's see. Bring those who are loyal to Junior for this. The cavity. Wait. Can I not go back? Because I just noticed that's locked. What is that? Ah, okay, it's escape. Ah, okay. Now I see what it is. It locks them in once I pick someone else. Okay. If it'll raise spirits, it's worth the attempt. Agreed. He does not like me. Like, dude, we need to survive. This isn't about, you know, like... fucking... whatever. See, I'll see you for dinner, short. Don't forget the hoosh pot needs fed. Before dinner, you should see to sending out our first sledding team. Also believe it is time you gave our good doctor a visit. Still have wounded from the night of the Aurora. Their wounds will need attended to before they're fit to work. And I doubt I need remind you of this, but we need every hand available. Don't be afraid of assigning my team for some manual labor. They'll complain, but they'll work. You did seem familiar. I finally placed you. You have you? Yes, I remember seeing you compete. Soren Kiliper. You were quite the gymnast. I'm surprised to see you in this line of work. Not too many gymnasts carry long careers. You did quite well when I saw you at the Summer Games. I recall you placed. I don't recall winning. Oof. Can't believe Hunter's gone. What happened? Who knows? He was drunk. Whatever he was thinking, he definitely wasn't in the right mind. What about Smurf, and Corvid, and Joe? Who knows? Oh, God. I don't know what it is, but it's like... just the occasional word will, like, tickle my throat in such a fucking weird way, and it'll cause me to have a fucking coughing fit. This is what happens when I don't talk for 10 days. Corvid owes me 5 gilst. Don't think you'll be seeing it soon. So yeah, right smack dab in the middle. Let's see. Send you to scout here. We found penguins. Send you to scout there. Found some seals. I guess it's time to go seal clubbing. Get Tashi 2 Johns. Yeah, we'll just take the 2. Don't want too much. Tashi and 2 Johns are marked down for the hunt of the week. Okay. So you enter the ship's infirmary. Your presence seems to startle the young man inside, the rattle of dropped forceps ringing through the room. Oh, goodness! It's you! Captain now, is it? Yeah, Captain Robin Shaw. Good to meet you. Dr. Arthur, Nutley. Dr. Nutley. Dr. Arthur Nutley, that is. You having a spot of bother? There, a spot of bother, Nutley. Bother? Oh. Apparently that's... okay. No. Suppose I seem a little scatterbrained at the moment. It isn't the norm. Recent circumstances have been trying. The inclination towards seasickness is no help. Black. Steam burns they suffered from the furnace are severe. If you'll let me take a look, I can do my best to alleviate their pain. Ah, they'll pull through. She'll be right, mate. Go full Bogan. She'll be right. Just walk it off. Let's see. Do you have any experience with something like this? Well, I've read extensively on the matter. As far as first-hand experience goes, well, no. It's my first encounter. At this point, all we can do is wait. Nutley lets out a nervous cough. Captain Hunt, do you think he may still be out there? There's a chance, however slim. Right. Perhaps we'll run into him again. No, that's ridiculous. Never mind. Apologies, I'm rambling. Suppose you wanted an update on the crew. Yeah, they seem to be faring well, all things considered. Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Mostly scrapes and scuffs. As for the dogs, you're better asking, well, the kennel master. That's fine. Wouldn't expect you to be a veterinarian. There we go. Good. Please don't. There we go. That makes up for one of my bad dialogue choices. Haven't taken well to the dogs. I'm unsure how to carry myself amidst most people, and animals are more quick to judge. Caudle herself is harsher still. You can rely on me for any human medical issues. Nutley pauses for a moment. Is everything, good? I mean, someone coming to rescue us? We are in a difficult situation, but, like... there are people coming to get us, yes. How come I can't say, yes, people are coming to get us? Hey, okay, that... We're net even now, loyalty-wise, with Nutley. Then you can count on my help. Nutley keeps his head low. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Use medical comforts to instantly cure all crew in the med bay. I should probably wait until there's, like, a massive amount of, like, injured people. Med bay, what do we got? See, pick you, I guess. No? Scientists don't work, it has to be sailors? No? Scouts? No? Engineers? No. Specialists? Okay, can't pick... Oh, God. That's loyalty? Okay. Yeah, you're gone. Hammond doesn't like me that much. He super doesn't like me. See, that's me. Kosh is fine. Yeah, we're even with Nutley. Kurt fucking loves me, though. He fucking loves me. Alright. Well, apparently I can't fucking send anyone, weirdly. Oh, command to rest. Okay, I'm dumb. I thought this was like, send a crew member to help, not send a crew member to, you know. Okay. Robin Shaw. Recognize that name somewhere. Royal Admiralty, right? Did you serve? Yes, it did. I think we served on this, some of the same ships. Probably wouldn't have seen me, though. Didn't get much time out of the engineering room. Good to know the new captain has some experience. No one else here. Alright, first. Oh, I should... Hold up. hoosh bot. Hey, officer. Captain, sure. I suppose I should get used to calling you that. I was asking the crew if anyone had seen Hunt or any of the deserters last night. Not a single soul. I know the man knows the ship well, but it seems odd. Let's see. You think the crew could be lying? I wouldn't accuse anyone of that. It's very unlikely that he wasn't seen by anyone. I suppose the boiler troubles caused a great deal of distraction. The crew have their meal. So give a toast. Shall we give a toast to our new captain? Hear, hear. Crew return to their post. The hammocks are unfurled in the preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. So tired. You'll get used to it, lad. Duh, it's far too much work. Thought you wanted the work. If I can do it with one arm, you can do it. You're always saying that, duh. Got a point. Still, it is a child. Need me for something? Let's see. Crew seems to like you. Wonder if you had any advice to say on the good side? Junior's better with people. I don't know. Be good to them. That's all it takes. Alright. Guess that works. Looks like we'll be trapped here for a while. Aye. Don't like the ship's chances either. Be some time before we see home. Shit, I'm gonna die of boredom out here before the cold takes me. You'll manage, I'm sure. Fair, yeah. Hey, how should I get on people's good side? Just be nice, forehead. You're a tall one, aren't you? Oh, thank you for noticing. I've been this big since I was 15. Ever considered doing films? You have the stature for it. Oh, I can't act. Acting isn't part of it. You stand there, cut a nice silhouette, you'll be a star. That sounds awfully easy, doesn't it? Can be. God. I know that feel. A friend of mine is like 6'6". Dude's a fucking giant. Has been ever since he was like fucking like 7. Good evening, Captain. Growing used to sleeping on a moving ship before we became trapped in the ice, you know. Now I think I won't have a good night's sleep until we return to land. Let's see. I think that's something we can all look forward to. Just don't be running away, dick. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's, it's something we could all look forward to. Good motivation, then. Now a hot bath and a warm bed are the first order of business when we return to land. May stay bundled up for 7 days. Truly savor it. Alright. Grab some coal. Bloody cold, isn't it, Captain? I don't know how you spend your time away from the furnace. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be even colder without your hard work. I know. Just gonna stand there and give us something to burn. Oi. Alright, and that. Seems to be it for a bit. Something downstairs? Okay. Let's see. Captain Shaw, presume you're here to see the dogs. My dyslexia read this as, yes, how are they farting? God. Yeah. They've already acclimated. Though recently they've been exhausted and in need of rest. It's no surprise our conditions keep changing and grow used to one state before being thrust into another. One refuses to eat and has been losing weight rapidly. I assume the change in scenery has affected it. God, I know how that feels. One of my dogs randomly will just stop eating for like a day or two. And like it stresses us out like crazy. See, they need their rest just as any person. They tend to be more reliable, however. Have to rely on people to man the sleds. It's only one of you after all. Speaking from experience? With people or with dogs? Regardless, I'll say it's a matter of both. Captain Shaw, you recall my conditions with Hunt, do you not? Yeah, like it was yesterday. We know which dog goes into the soup first. My demand was that I work here with the dogs. Your people may help with the sleds, but they are not my responsibility. They are not my people. I'm holding out my promise with Hunt. Do not intend to join your crew. Dog besides her barks. Does the dog have the name? It's a Stanbury. If I get lost in the ice, you're the next Captain Stanbury. Cordell smiles, confused. I could give it the... Yeah! Captain Stanbury. Oh. Okay, never mind. I tore up the hat. Stanbury! Yeah. What's his head didn't like that. Oops. You're worth it, Captain Dog. Crew member will be cured of malnourishment. Crew members will be cured of their freezing. Yeah, that's not gonna be great. Oh, God. Yeah, we really don't have much food. Oh, I can't even do that. Yeah, I have to... I have to give them no food. Let's see, Tashi and 2 Johns returned from hunting with 2 crab-eater seals. Malnourished, yeah. Dogs arrested available to be sent out. Another week on the ice. Ship holds barely. Gnomes was cured of their wounds. Runt has become malnourished. And Tashi has become malnourished. Alright, what do we got? Sure, Templeton. Word back from the attempts at freeing the ship. Such a report necessary? Well, as you can see, we're not moving. Crew kept at it for a week, but now we're calling it a day. Wasted time and resources then, as expected. Wouldn't be so sure. End of the day, at least now the crew can say they tried. Gave it their all. There's something in that. We eating seals tonight? Yeah, dude. A lot of fat. It'll be really good to keep up, you know... keep up energy in these, in the cold. Good day, Captain. Well, as good as can be under the circumstances. Good day to you as well. I'll be sure to spare you any more obligatory small talk from you. In truth, there is something I've been meaning to ask of you. It's a matter I brought up with Captain Hunt, though he was less receptive. I'm not merely interested in the story of this expedition. I'm interested in the story of the people on this expedition. When the crew have the downtime, I would request that I'd be allowed to conduct interviews with them. I'd like to know more about them. Maybe learn more about what happened to Hunt. Honestly, I see no issue. Yeah, conduct interviews. Thank you, Captain. You won't regret it. I'll mark anything useful I discover in the crew manifest. Send them to the Red Room on the lower deck when you can. Hey, Gnomes. See you're back up and running? Word around the crew is that we might end up having to move the ice. We can't free the Temperance anyway. We wise together what we want to take off ship with us if we do. Indeed. We'll need to prepare for what could be the inevitable. Aye. Most of the tools are in the lower deck storerooms. Metal doors need some work to open, but it's worth what's inside. Captain Shaw, Mr. Templeton. It would appear that some of the crew have taken an interest in the transmission radios we have on hand. It is likely many of their first time seeing this technology. And they have odd ideas of what they're capable of. They believe another ship may pick us up if we monitor them. Ridiculous. We do not have the range to pick up another, not out here. I said as much, but Mr. Turner was adamant we spend the night monitoring them regardless. He even sent me to run the concept by you, Captain. It's worth the attempt, even if it's just to assure the crew. Like, what else are the scientists going to do? Yes, Captain. Won't work, but at least this way the crew will be certain. Oh, jeez. Demoralized? God. Yes, otherwise they will ponder the alternative until we're all frozen. Man, he really doesn't like how I'm running this. The question persists as to how long the Temperance can hold. Will we be able to wait out in the ice? There's no change by next week. Abandoning the ship may be considered. Feel that air. Nothing better than a cold wind to keep you awake. It's negative 10 degrees, dude. Bruh. You're an old duck, Yorick III. How many hours of sleep do you get at night? Well, on second thought, better not hearing it. I already know it isn't enough. Let's see, Alright, let's get some food. Let's eat the hoosh pot. Then. Really? Seal only gives +6 for food. It can be used to keep the furnace alight too, weirdly enough. Okay. Huh. Didn't expect that, not gonna lie. Okay, return. Yeah, open that. You and Runts charge into the room. It's full of specialist tools and equipment. With the water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab 2 items. Digging tools, engineering tools, Appleton crates, and ale kegs. Go for the digging tools. Should make quick work of the pressure ridges and the thick snow when hunting and scouting. And engineering tools. These tools, the furnace may be better maintained, improving its efficiency. Appleton crates, treated and sealed to keep shipments of peaches fresh. 3 kegs of ale. Each can be used to cure demoralization. Choose the engineering tools. Hey, more fuel. Good. Max fuel increased to 120. Choose the crates for more food as well. The room is flooded, rendering the rest of the items useless. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait. Feed the furnace. Some coal. And some fucking seal fat. There we go. Science hold, tools hold, red room, food hold, weapons hold. You and Tucker charge into the room full of food and ale. The water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab one item. Tinned rations. Worth a total of 80 food. And ale kegs can cure demoralization. Food. There we go. We just got a shit ton of food. That's gonna be handy. Let's see. So let's go hunt some penguins. See what they do. See, now we scout this way. Hello, research the formation of under ice melt pools. Of course, the one time I actually fucking... Alright. See, York? Right. More science shit. Research ice crevasse. Alright, what do we have this way? More research. Okay, a pressure ridge. Oh, that's... yeah, okay. See, dinner shed. Crew return to their post. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. You know, as far as rations go, this is good. Junior sure knows how to prepare dinner, doesn't he? It's too good for a ship like this. Pretty old, aren't you? Good eye, lad. Better than mine. Why are you still working? You should be at home with your family. Don't have one. Do you not have any children? I might do. Don't know any, though. Of course, he's one of those guys. Yeah, it's getting harder to play. Cold makes the fingers stiff. It wouldn't be a complete loss if you stopped. Jeez. Tried playing closer to the furnace? Not the same. Besides, Hammond would just throw in the accordion. Yeah, good point. More of the same tonight. Have to get used to it. Not much you can do with the ice. Figure out something to do, won't we? We'll have to. Hey, I believe... yeah, that's... oh, hello. Captain, a word. I felt now's a good time as any to review the wording in our contracts. You do remember what was written in your contract? Why is this relevant now? Consider Article 3, and I quote, "The member of the staff shall, throughout the period of such expedition, obey all commands of the captain, shall use his best endeavors to promote the success of the same. And in the event of anything happening to the captain, shall obey all commands of any member of staff who shall be appointed by the captain in writing before his death." So me, it being understood that the rest of the staff shall hold the same relations towards any member of the staff so appointed as towards the captain, as appointed by the captain in writing before his death. What are you trying to say, dude?
The vote we held settled what is only a temporary arrangement in the eyes of the law. Even then, you only made it through by a hair. Unless you somehow managed to wrestle a written transfer of captaincy from Hunt before his departure, in the eyes of the law, you are simply acting in his stead with no legal recourse to call upon. There is a chance Hunt and the deserters are still out there. Should we be reunited, your captaincy will indeed be called into question. Crew unlikely to choose the deserter over me. I'm still here. You say that knowing how the previous vote went. Loyalty runs deep. The loyalty of the crew means everything. Get them on your side, sure. Keep them on your side. Yeah, that will come naturally. We will see. Remember my words, sure. Suggest you start with the Stoke brothers. It seems they speak for many of the sailors. At the bow, you spot Kurt, measuring for any changes in the temperature. Still fast. No signs of any change. Notices you and gives a wave. That will be moving anytime soon, Captain. Of course, sometimes you never know with the ice. Should get some rest. Let you know if anything changes. Yeah, see that you get some rest yourself, dude. I will. But you have to be alert. In my experience, changes come fast. Take care, Captain. Yeah, I believe that's it for this week, so... Yeah, sometimes foreshadowing is rather obvious. That decreases that. Yeah, we can afford that now. Alright, Lefty and Cavity returned from hunting with 2 penguins. How did you get scurvy? Are you... He gave you food, you dick. The dogs are rested and available to be sent out. Another week on the ice. Ship shan't hold much longer. Tashi is no longer malnourished. Runt's malnourishment has progressed to scurvy. Stagloss is demoralized. -5 decorum. Templeton, Kurt, Caudle, and Hammond stand inside, the beginnings of a meeting. Oh, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. Best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. How long will that take? A few weeks at most. Fortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Such as? Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we'll have to consider. Aye, the longer we stay on this ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost cost lives. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil. And without enough fuel to survive a winter, we're dead. I don't think I need to tell you that. I'd not be quite so quick to pack up and move out just yet. And why is that? Ship is shelter. Ship is safety. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We'll need to gather more food if we are to survive, and the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right. Most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any good crew should be. I'd rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. He has a point. Crew thinks we gave up too early. They'll resent the captain for it. Though we now have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? Aye. Might have noticed if you left your damn forecastle. It's safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave, rather than raid the ship once we make ice. Well, the answer lies with the captain. Should we move off the ship this week? Oh, jeez. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. So yeah, we do have, like, pretty bad flooding. Time to prepare, turning the ship into a pile of fuel. Yeah, can't just accidentally keep finding food on the ship. This ain't no video game. Yeah. Something tells me I'm going to regret this, but yeah, move out in the ice. Yeah, alright. Very well, I will. It's time we left this forsaken ship. When we move the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Oh god, we're straight up just removing the boiler from the ship. God, that must be... That's gonna be one hell of a fucking... move job. I just spent a week fucking cleaning out an entire house. I know how much that's gonna fucking hurt. See, Captain, we tried to use the radios to pick up any signals every evening for the past week. Nothing, I take it? Afraid not. As we expected. I have to say, though, I expected a worse reaction from the sailors. I suppose there's a relief in trying a method and knowing it to be unsuccessful. Now they can move on to the next venture with little reservation. Okay, so... Also, 69 decorum, nice. So we lost 6 decorum doing that, but then we gained 6 the next week. See, they're resourceful people, I must say. Well, I suppose anything that puts the crew's mind at ease is worth doing. Thank you, Mr. Glossley. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in the on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they're called. Yes, but require some hands to work on constructing them. It's for the health and safety of the pack. Yep. Put some crew to work on it. Dogs are the most important thing, because without them we can't hunt. Without them, the crew stands a little chance of safety themselves. Master's damage when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Let's get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, she could come loose any moment. Heading up a repair the mast is a dangerous task. Don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Would be worth it, though. But aren't we just going out in the ice anyway? We're abandoning the ship, so what's the point? So hey, suck. Yeah, unnecessary. Ship isn't going anywhere soon. Sorry, dude. It's always the off chance. Not always. Mr. Zack. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton? Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. What do you mean? I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you are carrying a weapon. Oh, okay. And why'd you bring a gun with you on an expedition, Isaac? Personal safety, of course. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expeditions, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it's up to you on what to do with this revolver. With all due respect, it's my personal item, Captain. Oh, God. Oh, that hit my throat bad. Captain tried to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. Yeah, wouldn't the weapon be more useful in the hands of Caudle for the hunts? Hey, there we go. Very well, Captain. I understand. Demoralized, though, for fuck's sake. We would do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. Doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such a thing. Sure. There's a rumor going around amongst the crew, saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. Really? What a ridiculous tripe. Aye. thought you'd want to put a stop to it. Really? Negative 10 decorum? Just to tell people, like, hey, fucking quit it? Best on the lookout for Hunt's ghost, then. Absolutely. Can't allow rumors like that to run rampant. Aye, crew won't be best pleased you're stopping their stories. It's better than allowing fear and superstition to run wild. Aye. Head to the boiler when you wish to abandon ship. Suggest we do it sooner rather than later. Alright, so... I'll send a scout party over here. More research. Formation of ice leads. Don't give two shits if you're demoralized. See, Mr. Zackham is marked down to hunt the weak. Okay. Yeah, you guys go check that out. And don't have enough dogs. Nothing here. Spoiled rations. Oh no. That's not good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Well, yeah. Throw in the whole 80. Let's see, down to the boiler room. Grab some coal. Bandit ship! Wait, hold on. What did I say? Oh, okay. Now it's just stuck there. Okay. Oh, okay. I saw red. I'm like, ooh, what the fuck is that? But turns out it was, it was, negative 0 hooch. It's like, yeah, no shit. Cool. So, game freaked out and, ate the coal because I did that, and now that's just glitched there. Sick. Awesome. It won't leave. Oh, Jesus. Hey, there we go. We got rid of it. Okay. Tools hold, science hold, weapons hold. There's the red room, which I kind of forgot. Yeah. Sign crew for interview. Okay, can't actually get the interview here. The crew have their meal. Hammocks and shit. And I swear, when the hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. This was 5, 6 years ago? Had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition, Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. He's quite the interesting man. Aye, he is. Do you need something? I heard stories about Hunt. I was curious. Didn't you get your fill while he was here, eh? Worried about the vote, aren't you? Oh, is that it, sure? I'm just... Yep. Yeah, I don't care. I genuinely checking in. Are you now? Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimly. Nice of you to check in, sure, but I think it's time the crew call it a night. Grimly walks off. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? Word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimly's trust. Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Alright. See, I couldn't shake the feeling there was a pair of eyes on me while I was working there. Let's see. Isolation might be getting to you, dude. Aye, probably. All the more reason to get off this bloody block. Alright, well, abandoned ship. Let's tear that fucking furnace out. Furnace is torn from the boiler. Heading out then? Best tell the lads. We're moving out? Yes, captain's orders. For now, we should focus on setting up a campsite on the ice. Do the equipment hauling for later? No worries, I'll get them to work. Have a camp set up before you know it. Taking that with you? Aye. Can't go a day without it, can you? Hey, the crew like music. Fair enough. Better get to hauling them lifeboats next. They're a bit more important than an accordion. Aye, I know. The calm Stanbury. Simply moving to the ice. Yes, it's all very exciting. The rest of you behave yourselves, you'll be treated to an extra helping of soup. There we have it. Heart of the ship, ripped clean from her chest. She still beats for the crew. How long were you waiting on that one? Well, because it was shite. No time for poetry. Thank you, Hammond. Captain, let's get this bloody furnace set up on the ice. There we go. Alrighty, we have our camp. Camp is expanding quite a bit, shit. What are you doing up there? That's the last chance to get a shot like this. Isn't that dangerous? Don't worry, I've done it before. Don't tell the captain. Okay. There. Perfect. Farewell, Temperance. Captain, hope your new lodgings are to your comfort. If not, I'm afraid you'll have to power through until rescue. We say goodbye to the Temperance, but our work is far from over. We're not going anywhere holding onto that anchor, yeah. Yeah, what's our next order of business? Rescuing equipment from the ship is our chief priority, Captain. Without the furnace, the Temperance is quite literally dead in the water. 3 weeks at most before it goes under. We need to prioritize what exactly we'll need to take with us. We won't have the time to retrieve all. Food and coal is the most important thing. Indeed, we should retrieve as much as we can from the pantry before it spoils. From there, we'll have to rely on wildlife. Regardless, we need our wits about us. Stand alone against the ice now. Alright, yeah, that's West tent. This is where food is. Zoom in. Evening shore. Proud of what I've been able to cook up for the crew lately, considering the rations. Though I do wish I had something better to work with. Kill for a good beef steak, yeah. Yeah, you do excellent work, Junior. You have a knack for this. I've been told. Hunt would say he couldn't eat a bite that wasn't prepared by me anymore. do you have in your pocket? What's the matter to you? Hunched over, clutching something. It's suspicious. Holding an egg. An egg? Why? Keep my hands warm. Boiled eggs keep heat. That is actually rather ingenious. We know the cold better than you lot, anyway. Can't tend to the furnace if you haven't, do you? Nay. Alright. Yeah, and I can't feed jack shit to the furnace. Alright. God, it zooms out so much. My dogs have been restless all evening. The move to the ice has proven overstimulating. They'll settle down eventually. It's good to hear that Plek recovered from the wounds. The incident with the boiler was rather dire. If nothing else, we can take solace in avoiding a life being lost. Miss the water. Got used to playing on a rocking ship. Start to feel sick when I'm off too long. Yeah, first person I've met to suffer land sickness. Not normal, I know. Wasn't always like this. Just how it turned out. Anything else? That's scouting stuff. That seems to be it. Alright, yeah, we gotta turn that down. We have research, yay. Oh, the kid died. Well, shit. We have our first casualty. Rip that kid. Rip the stowaway. Was it worth it? Was it fucking worth it, you piece of shit? Alright, Mr. Sack returns from hunting with research. Mr. Gloss returns from hunting with research. Dogs arrested available to be sent out. Another week on the ice. Naked in the wind. Runt has succumbed to the scurvy. Mr. Sack is demoralized. -5 decorum. Mr. Gloss is no longer demoralized. Alrighty. Zach, Tashi, and 2 Johns. I knew this expedition would be perilous. I'm certain the Saltborn are accustomed to such conditions. But a young boy, a civilian, who never should have been here. It's a tragedy. That boy, Timmy. How could we let that happen, Captain? I feel horrible. I don't fucking know. I had more than enough food to heal his scurvy, and he's like, nah, I'm just gonna die instead. He would stow away on a fucking ice boat, yeah. A child that young had no place on the crew. I understand him wanting to be with his father, but it's not right, Captain. It's not right. Yeah, it fucking sucks, but I tried everything in my power to get him to eat, but he's like, no. A young woman, Kasha. The flash of a camera has startled my dog several times now. It's growing tiresome. If it proves a great distraction, just let me know. Captain, I doubt your word would be enough to stop her. Camera is their sole purpose out here. As much as an annoyance it can be, it would not be right to rob her of that. Let's see, do over here for quest 10. Hey, Captain, you should take a look into the tool room of the Temperance. The equipment in there is a necessity for life on the ice. Without the appropriate tools, there is only so far sheer manpower can take us. Exactly. Best act, Captain. The Temperance won't stay steady forever. Captain, I suggest you prioritize raiding the weapons room on the lower deck. The guns and flares will prove a great boon to hunting. Certainly a necessity in an emergency. Indeed. It best they be salvaged before the lower decks flood. Captain, Temperance's life is short, but we're in luck. Some good fortune? The lower decks are flooding quick, but that's fine. Coal is still usable. We should grab as much as we can before she goes under. Agreed. We must gather as much as possible coal for the furnace. Aye, best get to it. Captain, Templeton, I'm sure you're both avid players of chess, am I right? Don't know how to play. Yeah, never played the game. Still plenty of time for that to change, Captain. I left a chessboard back in the Temperance. If you have the time in the hands, could you send someone to pick it up? Figure would need all modes of entertainment we can bring with us. Doubt there's an amusement park further south. I'll take it under consideration, but no promises. Understandable. Well, you know where it is if you wish to grab it. Sure. Put a stop to those rumors going on about Hun. That's simple. Sailors do seem to listen to you. Aye. You'll not be hearing them whispers again. Oh, again? We want to survive out here. We'll need wood. It can be burned for fuel or to repair the lifeboats. It's the only one source of wood here on the ice, Stoke. You're suggesting we strip down the Temperance before it goes under? Ship isn't surviving either way. With the furnace out, only a matter of time before it goes under. We should strip it down for all we can. If we have time, it's certainly something to consider. Aye, if you salvage any, it can be fed to the furnace or brought to me for boat repairs. Captain, I would find it wise to have a word with the journalist among our crew. For whatever reason, Hunt allowed for a photographer with no sailing experience to tail alongside this expedition. As it stands, Karsha Belford's record is what will stand the test of time when this expedition is spoken of. And it would seem she has not made allies of the crew. She doesn't seem to be the type to make enemies, though. And not with purpose or malice, Captain. Sailors of this crew are a private lot. Do not take kindly to the prying eyes of a landlubber, as they would say. Remember, Captain, she controls the story. She controls your story. Best to have a word. And remember, Shaw, reputation can be fragile. You do not need an unflattering image at a time like this. Alright, calm down. Let's see. Build dog loose. Yeah, we're gonna need to do that. Yeah, get 2 people on that. Why wouldn't it let me... Okay, 3 then, apparently. I need a full 3. Gordel shows the crew how to assemble the snowy shelters. Fucking hell. What's it this time, Tucker? Bloody SIGs. They aren't worth the shit I stepped in. You're the only man You're the only man I know who... Dyslexia, please! You're the only man I know who can step in shit on the ice, mate. Heh, bloody right. Okay. Get some more rations. I know they're spoiled, but we need as much shit as we possibly can. Let's see, grab some coal. Weapons hold, science hold, tools hold. Grab the... yeah, open up the weapons hold. You and Ron's Dar charge into the room. Inside, you can see supplies of 10 lemons, a hunting shotgun, a bolt-action rifle, and some flares. The water flooding in from behind, you have time to grab 2 items. See, 4 supplies of 10 lemons. Each of them can be used to cure scurvy. Boy, it's a bit fucking late for that now. God damn it. Old-fashioned double-barreled buckshot rifle. Slow and cumbersome to load. Bolt-action rifle with poorly aligned sights, ineffective against smaller targets. Bright light and heat without an explosion for alerting humans and alarming wildlife can be carefully disassembled for fuel. Take the hunting shotgun. And the bolt-action rifle. Yeah, there's nothing in the red room. Let's see, my old cabin, doctor's office, scientist storeroom. Yeah, grab some papers and shit. What the fuck else are you guys gonna do? Oh, right. Where to scout to next? Observe the effects of the summer melt. Hey, here we go. Something to hunt. Which we can't really do at the moment because everyone is, you know, currently occupied. See, Mr. Zach marked down for hunt for the week. I keep doing that. Alright, down here. When's the last time you slept, Chief? Got a good couple hours a while back. A couple? You're gonna wake yourself to death before you even make land. Heard that before. It hasn't bloody happened yet. Back to work. Alright, feed the furnace. Got sack of coal. A lot of coal. Yeah, there we go. Lot of fuel. Feed Hooshpot. Unfortunately, yeah, it causes malnutrition, but we kinda have to. Malnourished and demoralized. Bruh. See, anyone free for an interview? No, Flick is apparently. Well, let's see. Crew have their meal. Crew return to their post despite the time, still bright light outside. God, it zooms out so fucking much. Get your photo snapped by that photographer too? Aye. She's a landlubber for sure. Treating us like we're some novelty. I don't have much problem with it. Good conversation at least. Rather less good conversation out here. One of Templeton's team tried to talk to me while I was working. They were going on and on about their spouse or something. Ended up telling them to fuck off. Think they got the message? Jesus. Could have been at least somewhat diplomatic, Hammond. Come on. Fine, I'll tell them to piss off next time. He's a dick, but I like Hammond. He's fun. Crew member approaches you during dinner. Captain, it looked like you could use some more to eat. Taking out the responsibility of captain is admirable, as it is on the... Whatever. God, my fucking inability to speak. Please, help yourself to some of my own rations. Frankly, I'm stuffed. Thanks, but there's no need, man. Oh, well, the offer is always there. Alright. Yorick III is, returns to the seated position as others in the crew look at them with annoyed expressions. It appeared their attempts at gratifying command was unsuccessful. Evening. Before we took off, Grimly and I stopped into a greasy spoon in the city. Sausage and eggs was perfect. Best I ever had. I'm trying to remember this damn name. It's left my head. Likely by the docks. Just look around once we get back. It's still there when we return. Who knows when we'll be back? Could have closed down or fired the chef by then. As you pass by, you see Kasha adjusting her camera as she stands, partially obscured. She finds the right angle for shots. As you step to her side, she raises her head and looks to you. Why don't you join the camp proper? Come on. I'm trying to get a proper angle, of course. Something that really captures Kurt's height and personality. I suppose a close-up would be best, but never mind that. Intimidated? Of course not. Why would I be intimidated? Is it really that obvious? It's simply that I followed Kurt's expeditions a lot as a child. So seeing him in person is odd. Come on, he doesn't bite. He certainly barks, right loudly at that. But you're right, I'm just being nervous. It's more that up until now, he's been an idea? Does that make any sense? He's just another person, dude. I suppose so. Well, I'll leave you be. I'm still looking for the right spot. Fucking nerd. Oh, celebrity, whatever shall I do? Good evening, Captain. It'll be some time before we see rescue. Perhaps you should be endearing yourself to your crew. Sure, I guess I'll hang out with the rest of the sailors then. That's, you know, what I've been doing this entire time. They've been trying to come up with a new song. Something about seals, I'm thinking. Hard to think, though. Winds are too distracting. I haven't had a new song in a while. You're the creative sort, then. I suppose. Don't write anything down, just sort of off the top of my head. Still, that's fucking impressive. Good evening, Captain. Will this take long? Dogs are fed and rested. However, I dislike leaving them alone. Train them well, there won't be any issue. That'd be my hope, but you can never be certain. Anything else I haven't done? Okay. I'll do Kurt. Evening shore. Cold one, isn't it? Used to think I was growing used to the cold. As the years have gone by, the elements have only grown harsher on the body. Yeah, negative 17 degrees. Bruh. It's only going to get worse. It's like, this is like the top of this. It's going to get so much worse. Imagine this is a harsher area than you've ever faced. You'd be surprised, Captain. I ought to tell if you've... I ought to tell you of a few bad scrapes in my time. Okay, I think this is the last one. That photographer. Belford. What about her? She come snooping around your tent as well? I caught her prying a couple times. And guess, she found nothing on you? No, she did not. Could all learn something from you, Tashi. Alright, that seems to be it. Okay, returns from hunting with research. Dogs are resting and available to be sent out. Another week on the ice. Zack has become freezing from the sled hunt. Cavity no longer malnourished. Zack's malnourishment has progressed into scurvy. Zack is no longer demoralized. He got rid of his demoralization and gained scurvy instead. Sick. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, we're still doing this shit? Poor wee lad. Shouldn't have been here. Shouldn't have let him stay. That lad tried to help as much as he could, Captain. Crew loved him. We all did. Can't believe this. Horrible to see anyone go, Captain. But a child? It's too much. Should have protected that boy. Much better than we did. Oh, I thought, like, it was cycling through, like, a whole bunch of different characters, so, like, I was just going to, like, go through all of them. I was going to do, like, the kid's dad next. I want to know what he thinks about his son dying. Oh, oh well. Okay, right, the game auto-saves. Alright, brilliant. Anyway, with that, it is just about 11 o'clock, so this is where we are going to be ending things for tonight. There we go. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me for... Oh, I gotta... This game doesn't shut up when it's, you know... I have to actually exit out to shut it up. There we go. Oh, God. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been fantastic to be back. And, you know, also to play a new game, especially one that is very different to what I usually play. But, yeah, like, already I feel like I've fucked up a lot. I feel like this is going to be one of those playthroughs that technically I'm not going to get to the end. I'm not going to get the good ending, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to get the good ending. Everyone's going to die. Fun. Oh, God. Anyway... tomorrow is Wednesday. What do I have for Wednesday? I've forgotten my own goddamn schedule. It's a good thing I posted on the Discord. Ah, there we go. Alright. So, next up on the schedule, tomorrow I'll be playing more Fire Emblem Engage. Man, I'm so behind on that. Oh, my schedule is so packed, it's ridiculous. I need to clear out some of these games so I can, you know, start new ones. You know, ones that I've been planning for months and months and months and months. Jesus Christ. But, hey, more Fire Emblem. That's going to be fun. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for more Fire Emblem Engage. Ciao.
based as fuck. Yeah!